Well, welcome to another bourbon hunt. Today we're going up to Max's Bottle Shop. It's in the Johns Creek area, and I've been there several months back, but we want to go there and do an official bourbon hunt and see what they got. Come along with us.
Before I left, I just assumed they were. Okay, we're going to switch cameras and see you inside.
Hey, how's it going?
That's a pretty good price on that Rebel. And this Mongolian oak red line. I've got a red line with the amber on it. It's really good, but the Mongolian oak, I've never seen at any other store other than Max. Pretty good price there on that Penelope Toast. It's the cask strength, the 110. Yeah. Like a lot of people, he's got the good stuff up near the counter. And this case, it kind of like befuddles me. It's got good stuff. It's got some expensive bourbons in it, but it's also got bourbons like, the Russells and the Piggyback that should be on the shelf. Now, maybe just, he likes to keep those close to the counter. I don't know. There are some expensive ones in there, but there's some ones that really like, hey, can I just go in this by myself? I don't think I can. But, I mean, he's got some nice stuff in the case. Certainly the Four Gates, you would keep that in the case. And did you see all the Bardstown on the bottom? He had a load of Bardstown. There it is again. And turning back, look on the left there. Look at all that Jack Daniel barrel-proof rye. I mean, I don't even see that much of it around, and he's got like cases of it. And the barrel, the batches was like, was that batch 25 and batch 31? I never see those anywhere. I'm curious how good they are. I mean, why are they still there? And was it the Middle West bourbon? Now that's a straight rye. I wouldn't be interested in that, but they've got a wheated bourbon that I just picked up over in Roswell, and look forward to that. I always want to stop here and look at this. This is like the third time I've been here and the third time I picked up this bottle. The Walthans. It's just something about the design draws me in like a magnet. It's just a neat looking bottle. I don't know if it's any good. Could be crap, but I pick it up every time. And the Leopolds. I've started hearing good things about the Leopold. I sampled a Leopold, not this Leopold, but a different Leopold. I think it was a small batch over at Habit's Bottle Shop, and it was pretty good. So when I saw this being a single barrel and a store pick, I thought, might be the one I buy today. And if you go down this aisle, it's not a big aisle. It's only on the left side here, but they've got a nice selection for the amount of space they have. A lot of the bourbons that I drink, I generally don't drink Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple, for example, but the Maker's Mark, the Larceny, certainly the Doc Swinson. You've got the ASW up top there. You've got the Penelopes. They've got several. You even got some Widow Jane products in there and Frey Ranch. So a lot of good stuff, not a big quantity, but definitely some good selections there. Somebody knows what they're doing buying for that store. And the one thing I keep going back to is that Dad's hat. That's something about that Dad's hat. And they've got like, was it 3 or 4, maybe more different versions of that, but they usually are rye, so it's always like, oh man. And there's the Rye 3, RY3. I've been seeing that lately. Green River. Green River's popped up everywhere. If you haven't tried Green River, you should. You really should, especially the wheated. The High West, the Few. I've got the bottled and bond Few I've yet to open. I don't know what my problem is with that. And I'm going to have to slap myself every time I get close to a Michter's and don't buy it, whether it be the bourbon or the American whiskey. I have friends that tells me it's good. I've tasted it, and yet I still won't buy a bottle. It's like a mental block or something. And this one here, I looked at it because I'd never seen that. It's obviously some kind of craft bourbon. First time I've seen it, so I'm picking it up, reading, going like, what is this? It's $69.99. If you know something about it, put it in the comments. Well, I'm going to head back up front. I think I know, I do know what I'm going to buy. Now, this Lux Row, this is the second time I've seen that bottle, and it is interesting more and more. Probably the third time I pick it up will be the time I buy it. I know that Habits has it, and I may have to go back over there and get one from Raheem. But here I am. What I tell you, I'm picking back up the Leopolds because now I'm hooked. The hook is in the mouth, and I'm being reeled in. So I love the story I read about it. It seems to be a total farm-to-table type product. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I remember about reading about it. And I'll go back here and show you a little more of the store. Of course, now we're in the vodkas and gins and all other stuff. And of course, I've got to check that case one last time. Is there something I have to have? All right. I don't know if I mentioned before, but there is no Lucky 7. This is kind of like an ad hoc bourbon hunt today, where we're just going out and see if we can find something interesting. If we don't at the shop that we go to, then we still make a purchase, and it's usually a backup bottle, something that we regularly drink and we could use a backup for. So we went in there with no predefined list and just looking around and
for the video, you can see that we came across a bourbon that I had heard of before, and just recently, and on a group that is over in Chimney Springs. And I thought, wow, this is an opportunity for me to taste this particular brand, because I've never tasted it before, but I've heard good things. And what is that brand? That is the Leopold Brothers. This is a Cask Select straight bourbon whiskey. He actually tells me it's really more about like 5.5 years. They just don't change the label every time they dump a new series or new batch. But this is a single barrel. And what's interesting is that it's 100 proof, but it's 100 proof going into the barrel and 100 proof coming out. So it's a cask strength at 100 proof, kind of like what Maker's Mark does at their 110 levels. So same kind of theory or same kind of process. They distill, they age, they bottle it. It's not sourced. It is out of Colorado. So we're going to put this in a first pour and see just how good it is. So thanks for coming along on another bourbon hunt. We'll see you next time.